Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Man, okay, so this is actually the second time I'm recording this topic because I did actually record this last week and I never posted it because I realized I left some things out that were really important. So what we're going to be talking about is how you might be subconsciously blocking your manifestation from coming in. And we're going to talk about cost versus benefit. Okay. So subconscious costs versus like conscious benefits, and like which one is going to end up winning out. Okay. So first of all, we need to talk about, okay, so we do need to talk about that, but I need to keep myself on track and talk about being in receiving mode. Okay. So these two tie in together, the cost versus the benefits, and then also being in receiving mode. Because what we're not understanding is like, yeah, we are trying to manifest in like a blessing or an experience. Really, if we're wanting to manifest something in that we're wanting to experience, it really does feel like a blessing, but we're not actually energetically open to receive it. Okay. And it largely is going to be because there's subconscious resistance to it. And it may be because the subconscious resistance is coming from a place of whatever it is you're wanting to manifest in is going to cost you something that your subconscious feels is not worth whatever conscious benefit you are attaching to it. Okay. And this is where like releasing on those needs that I talk to you guys about all the time, just releasing on the needs just in general is going to help you with this process of manifesting in whatever it is you want. Okay. And I probably should do a video at some point where we actually talk about utilizing the releasing the wants around a goal, okay, which is also just manifestation, how to actually do that. Okay. So if you have been trying to manifest something in for a while and you just keep either you're not experiencing any movement at all, or you keep experiencing like partial manifestations or what people are calling birds before land. Okay. Partial manifestations, inconsistent manifestation or sporadic manifestation, or just complete shadow manifestation. A shadow manifestation for me is like when you are actually manifesting the exact opposite of what you know what I mean? Like you're experiencing the exact opposite of what you're consciously calling in. Like in other words, a shadow manifestation of saying that your SP, what could we say here? Your SP wants you and only you. Okay. They only want to be with you. And then what is actually showing up in your 3D reality is your SP is like talking to other people and not just you, or maybe talking to somebody else, or maybe even having left you for somebody else. That would be like a shadow manifestation. It's the exact opposite of what you're affirming for, right? Usually what is happening here, you guys, is there is major subconscious resistance. Okay. And this is why knowing the wants is so important. Okay. So I'll just briefly go over what those wants are. If you're not familiar with them, what I'm talking about, the wants, please check out the description box below for a video called Releasing the Wants. I go into this great detail, what they are, why it's good to release on them, all that stuff. Okay. But you got love and connection, you got significance, you have variety, and then you also have certainty. Those are the four core wants. Okay. So I'll give you a couple of examples so you can see how this is working. Okay. And like in a real life example, manifesting in for myself, like growth in my business. Okay. I have always been able to manifest growth. It was almost like having a garden hose. Okay. I could always manifest growth in business, but I could always tell there was limitation. There was like a kink in the flow. There was just a little bit of a trickle coming out, right? Not really experiencing the kind of growth that I was wanting to experience. I knew there was subconscious manifestation, subconscious resistance there. I just didn't know where it was coming from or why. So when I got to work on it and I started realizing, I'm like, and if you're not really quite sure what your resistance is, you can often, it'll come up, especially if you're trying to put yourself in the end. Like if you're living in the end of the wish fulfilled, sometimes there's resistance there that comes up and you're like, I'm having a hard time really connecting to that feeling. It's because there is a subconscious program that is wanting to pop up, that is resisting that. Okay. So when I was putting myself in the feeling of the wish fulfilled in terms of, growing my business, which for me, growing my business means I'm in front of a lot of people. A lot of people know who I am, not because I'm wanting notoriety or anything like that. It's actually the exact opposite. Like I'm having to be, in order for me to get my message out to as many people as possible. I mean, that's what it is. It means I'm going to be in front of a lot of people. I'm going to be seen by a lot of people, right? And what I wasn't understanding was there was subconscious resistance to that, because there's a matter of safety for me. There's a subconscious need for safety, not wanting to be in the spotlight, not wanting to be seen, wanting to be invisible, because being invisible meant that, I wasn't going to be hurt. I wasn't going to be criticized. I wasn't going to receive inappropriate attention. This programming obviously came from some childhood issues and trauma that I've suffered in the past. It was back then, it was a good thing for me to be invisible, to not be seen, to not call attention to myself, because if I wasn't seen and I wasn't calling attention to myself, then I was safe and I wasn't going to be hurt or put into situations, a kid should not be put into. So, that was my programming. And even though I'm adult, I'm big Michelle, my programming was, being seen, being heard, having attention put on you. Okay. My programming with those were not good things, because that equaled pain, that equaled hurt, that equaled not being safe. And so whenever I would, throw out that intention of, I'm going to grow my business, I'm going to, my message is going to reach as many people, is going to reach everyone that needs it. Okay. Millions of people. My energy was actually blocking it. Like, nah, bitch. No, that's not what we're going to do, because subconscious programming saying that attention for you, all eyes on you, okay, focus on you equals pain, lots of pain. And we're not going there. It's not safe. It's not safe for you to be in the spotlight. It's not safe for you to, have people's, you know what I mean? It's that thing. It's not safe for you to be put up on a pedestal and have a spotlight on you. No, there was a block there. I didn't realize that. It was a want for safety. Okay. So I, got to work on releasing the want and need for safety. And I also, when I would do my affirmations for growing my, this isn't the only channel I have. I actually have 2 other channels. Okay. For my viewership to increase. I also was visualizing opening up my energy and actually receiving those blessings, those viewers, those subscribers, that attention on me, like receiving it. Okay. And I'm going to tell you, it's the craziest thing, how quickly this can work when you align your energy and then you open up yourself to be able to receive whatever it is you're calling in. Because energetically, you guys, what you are manifesting already exists. There is already a reality where you are experiencing that thing right now. Okay. And so that's what I did. I was doing my affirmations, And then at the same time, I was also affirming, I receive the full abundance of what I'm manifesting. I receive attention, I receive subscribers, I receive viewership, I receive compliments, I receive love, blah, 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 blah. I receive it all. I receive that attention. I am safe with that attention. I'm safe now. I'm safe. It is okay for me to be seen. It's okay for me to be seen. That night, okay, because I did this, I think it was probably like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I posted a series of videos on one of my other channels. And this was a new channel, a newer one. Like it's only been, I posted my first videos the very, very end of February. Okay. And it was at 163 subscribers when I did this. I posted, I think it was just like 4 or 5 videos, and one of those videos just took off. And then all of a sudden, subscribers, just subscribers coming out of nowhere. Like I only had 163 subscribers now, and a week later, my channel has grown over 500 subscribers. I'm almost to 700. Like it's going to get ready to hit that. Like I know it's going to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark here pretty soon. Okay, that's how quickly this stuff can work. So it's one of those things where you really need to take your desire, your manifestation, your goal through the releasing the wants process and figure out, okay, why you are wanting to manifest it in. Okay. So we already know what the benefit is. Of course, you know what the benefit is of, manifesting in your SP. What you need to ask yourself, though, is there a cost attached to manifesting in the SP that maybe consciously you're not aware of, but your subconscious is like keeping track? Okay. And this is something that I thought about when, manifesting in my SP. Okay. It was one of those things where it's like, yeah, of course there is, the benefit to manifesting them in was like, okay, validation of, maybe my worth, validation of my ability to manifest them in, things of that nature. But there was also a cost to manifesting them in as well. And this is, this is prior to doing any kind of self-concept work, you guys. Okay. Right now, you might be in the space with your SP, like, especially if you haven't manifested in any kind of contact or anything like that. Okay, you haven't manifested any contact. There's a reason why you're not manifesting contact, because there is subconscious resistance there, because your subconscious is calculating costs that do not outweigh that outweighs the benefit. Okay, your subconscious is calculating a cost to manifesting in your SP that outweighs whatever benefit your conscious mind is attaching to it. Okay, and so really putting yourself at the very end, and the way that you can kind of help yourself is really putting yourself in the end of the wish fulfilled, living in the end, and then paying very close attention to whatever resistance is coming up. What's that resistance? I can tell you, for some of you, it's like, your SP behavior right now is very predictable. Like you're not expecting them to call. You're not expecting them to show up. You're not expecting them to not see other people. Right now, things are even though you don't like it, there's kind of a comfort zone right here. Okay. It's like you're kind of in control of this version of your SP not showing up. Okay. Because when your SP shows up, especially if you haven't really done the self-concept work, if your SP shows up, and all of a sudden it's like, why aren't they calling? How come they're not texting me good night and good morning every single day? Who are they with? Why are they on social media and not texting me back? Like, why haven't they texted or called me back? You know what I mean? It's that kind of energy. It is very possible that you manifesting in your SP is going to kick you into anxiety, into this clingy, needy energy where you're not really in that clingy, needy energy right now. Okay. But when your, SP does come in, all of a sudden, it's like you're on high alert, watching, waiting, you know, kind of looking to see, how are you not going to validate me today? How are you not going to give me what I want today? How do I need to position myself for possibly being disappointed and being hurt? Okay. Your subconscious is like, no, okay, we're good right here. Or how are you going to show me that I'm not worthy of your time and your attention? Okay, so that's just something to look at, you guys. And this is applicable, obviously, to anything that you're wanting to manifest in, where you are experiencing a lot of partial manifestations, sporadic manifestations, shadow manifestations, things of that nature. Like, really get down to the nitty gritty. First, take your manifestation through the releasing process and figure out if you are trying to manifest in that thing from a space of lack. Okay. Wanting it because you're lacking something, lacking a feeling that thing would provide for you. Okay. Because remember, you are manifesting what you are feeling 24/7, feeling being a thought charged with a thought with an emotional charge attached. It's both, it's mind and emotion. Okay. The feeling state is both mind and emotion. Okay. So you are manifesting what you are thinking and feeling 24/7. Okay. Most of the time, what we're not realizing is that what we, especially if you are experiencing shadow manifestations, it's because your dominant thoughts and your dominant feelings are subconscious. Okay. That's why that's going on. So that's why one of the reasons are really, be thankful for that thing that is showing up, because that is telling you what needs to be released. Okay. That shadow manifestation or that partial manifestation, is making you feel a certain way. It's making you think a certain way. It's showing you what your story really is what's going on. Your story is going to be filled with, thought patterns and feelings and stuff like that. And you can release on all of it. Okay. It'll help you get down. So be thankful. I mean, I know it's difficult. Nobody likes a shadow manifestation because it's the exact opposite of what you're wanting to manifest. Okay. In other words, a shadow manifestation would be like you consciously affirming and trying to manifest in a version of your SP where they choose you and only you. And then you manifest them in and, they're not choosing you and only you. They want an open relationship, or they end up not choosing you at all. They end up choosing somebody else. That's a shadow manifestation. Okay. And even though it sucks when that happens, the only thing that is just feedback of what is subconscious. You're not aware of it. That is the block. That's the resistance. But thankfully, now you have the tools to deprogram that or reprogram that. Okay. If you don't have the tools because you've just found my channel, check the description box below. Releasing the Wants will get you started there. And then binge watch all my videos, because I teach you how to do all this stuff, how to reprogram your subconscious, how to fix what's going on inside, whether you're aware of what's going on inside or not, so that you can actually experience in your 3D reality experiences that you want to have effortlessly, naturally, without really having to consciously think about it. Just like you're experiencing things now that you don't want to experience without even having to think about it. They're just popping up, right? You can flip that dynamic, but there's reprogramming that has to be done. Let's see. I don't know if there's anything else that I want to share about that. As always, you guys, if this kicks up any kind of a question, just drop them in the comment box below. If it's something that's going to require like a really lengthy response for me, I'll probably just end up replying in the form of another video. Okay. That's just how it works. Otherwise, just, smash that like button if it resonated. It's a wonderful way to help grow this channel. And then share and subscribe if you feel led to do so. I will see you guys at the next video.